Kamusta na kayo?
Hola, hola, everyone.
What's up, y'all? Mexipino podcast.
Episode 9.
Yes, we got the one and only DJ KZA in the motherfucking building.
What's up, guys?
Say hi to everybody in the mic, bro.
What up, everyone?
Oh, there you go.
Hella shy now.
For real. He's acting like he never...
What's up, guys? Like,
He was waving into the camera. There's an audio portion of this too, bro.
oh, this is the audio portion?
Yeah, this is audio and video.
Also the audio.
I thought we were live on camera right now. So.
Oh, no, yeah, this is also on camera, but
Yeah.
Okay.
the people who can't see us want to hear you too, bro.
Oh, okay. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. I'm waving right now.
There we go. Man, shouts out to DJ KZA pulling up all the way from San Diego. He drove literally 3 hours just to do this podcast.
Yes, the only reason he came from San Diego.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No.
Totally kidding. KZA has a couple gigs over here in LA. So, we had him on Nico Blitz podcast. We have him on Mexipino podcast. We're like, we're just going to do a whole bunch of content with KZA, man.
Yeah, the TikTok content king.
I'm pointing at the ceiling right now.
There, yeah. If you didn't visually see that, he's literally pointing up at the ceiling right now. Shouts out to all the TikTokers in the building. Can you share everybody your TikTok?
At DJ KZA on TikTok.
You sounded so hesitant saying that,
Like,
bro.
I was like, just TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok,
Well, because
everything.
DJ KZA is like on everything, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'm on everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how you kind of know what a TikToker is now, because it wasn't a thing a couple years ago, even pre-quarantine, but I love how you can kind of just point up in the air and everyone knows exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, definitely. You know when people are just recording themselves out in public and you just know oh, they're making a TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
You ever see people recording a video and they're just doing this little dance routine?
The little dance routines?
And
Yeah.
oh yeah, they're doing a TikTok.
Yeah.
Have you learned any of the TikTok dances?
No, I never tried. I've seen those famous TikTok dancers. I remember I was out here in Long Beach one time.
Uh-huh.
It was for my sister had a dance. It's not a competition. It was they were filming it at this dance studio or some other some studio.
Uh-huh.
And there's this one famous Filipino TikTok dancer. I think his name is Renzel Roque. I don't know if I said that right, but I saw him and it was easily recognizable because he had a long ponytail.
Oh.
And it was just recording a video from a far away. I was oh, I think that's how I've seen that guy before.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm honestly would not be able to identify any TikTok dancer. Outside of DJ TikTok, I can't really identify anybody.
I can identify the funny TikTokers, not dance TikTokers.
I feel it's just whoever pops up on your explore page or for you page. Because
Yeah.
I had originally found them on my Instagram or explore page. Yeah, because there'd be a lot of dancers that show up on the explore page.
Yeah. So I think it was obvious that the dancers made their way into our original For You page. What's the craziest thing that you've seen on your For You page where you just kind of just looked at it and you're why the hell is this even on my screen right now?
I don't know. I like watching the crazy shit though.
Yeah, but what's when it or something that just really caught you off guard and you're I didn't really realize I was going to be interested in this.
Oh, easy. The freaking trick shots of those ping pong balls. And
You know which one's mine? The ones where people are on live and they're peeling eggshells.
oh, I just came across that yesterday.
Bro, it is the most satisfying TikTok content that I can watch. I can fall asleep to that.
I think the other day is those trick shots, and then the other one's the freaking the treadmill racing stuff.
The race car, the
Dude.
little NASCAR, the
Yeah,
Hot
they
Wheels.
would either have billiard balls or then Hot Wheels,
It's
and then
the one with the billiard balls for me, bro. Because I'm over here they're oh, which ball do you think is gonna last? And I'm I always bet red 8.
And the TikTok video could be 3 minutes long, but you'll sit there and actually watch the entire thing.
and
Yes.
you're just I can't believe I'm watching this right now.
No,
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You kind of learn a little bit about yourself, and you're why are you so interested in this random shit?
That's how you get addicted to the app.
Yeah,
That's how you get
definitely.
addicted.
But the ones that I absolutely cannot stand are the ones that come across my For You page or the lives where the people are just ASMRing. Like,
yeah.
I love ASMR.
No, I can't
love it.
stand
It
it. Like,
makes me uncomfortable.
yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. It's like there's like good ASMR. Don't get me wrong. There's good ASMR, and then there's one that just makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a DJ, it's like I'm so used to hearing just like so many random noises. It's kind of interesting to hear a noise in a very like quiet manner.
Oh no, that's so weird.
Kids, like, wouldn't you think? Like, it's kind of interesting to hear random ass noises like that.
Random noises, but like stuff that makes you uncomfortable is different.
Well, what makes you uncomfortable with the ASMR?
I don't know. It's just like people like aggressively whispering into the mic.
No, and then like they have like makeup brushes and they'll put like saran wrap over their mic and they like kind of like rub it on the mic, or they get like shaving cream and they rub it on the mic, and it's
I never heard that, but what kind of like triggers me is like people chewing on the mic. Sometimes I'm just like, this is annoying.
See, is it weird that I just like that?
Ew, that's disgusting.
I feel like it's a preference thing, because like it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's definitely not mine either. It could be yours, but
I mean, look, all I know is on my For You page, I guess on Instagram, it's not technically the For You page. Something super interesting that I've just been starting to watch was what was it? It's like glass shifting.
The
you know what I'm
glass,
talking about?
It's like glass welding, glass pottery.
there's glass blowing. I know that. Like,
I think that's like part of
that whole.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. So basically, at least from what I'm seeing, it looks like just melted lava and glass just being manipulated by the human hand.
Yeah, it's just like it's a form of art.
Yeah,
I feel like it has something to do with sand. I don't know.
Sand.
Yeah, it's like something to do with alchemy. You know, Minecraft. I don't know.
Minecraft.
Yeah, because like what's it called? If you guys ever play Minecraft, like if you put like sand in like a furnace and you burn it, it turns into glass. Something like that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't play Minecraft.
Yeah, you kind of learn stuff through like all these freaking crafting video games. It's kind of cool.
Okay, so
speaking of video games, I
so
already know where
what
this
you're
is gonna
telling
go.
me is that you can get an apricorn and some what the fuck is that shit called?
Tumblestone.
And some tumblestone, and you can make a Pokeball. Is that what you're saying? You're saying in real life, if I get an apricorn and a tumblestone,
if a tumblestone exists,
I'm sick. Let me tell you right now, guys, that KZA and Nico bond over Pokemon, and it's so fucking annoying.
we do. I didn't realize there were so many like Pokemon fanatics like myself until like Twitch.
Until like you started meeting everyone.
Yeah, I started meeting KZA, Jules, DJ. I was like, y'all are into Pokemon?
yo,
That's kinda lit.
what's it called? Like when I was talking to Jules, I didn't even know she was into Pokemon. Like from the very, very start. Like I think she just brought it up. It's like, I never knew you were the person to be into this stuff.
Yeah.
And then like until like I told like other people like us were into it. Like she was like more open to like sharing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is cool.
You know what I think it is though? I think it's not a red flag. It's kind of it's interesting when a girl is interested in something that guys feel like is only guy shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
I get that.
It's like whether it's video games, whether it's anime or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like anime is like, I always thought like anime was kind of like a girl's thing to be into. I didn't know that many guys were into anime.
Oh, speaking
Really?
of which,
Yeah.
what you call it? Have you been to Mexico?
Yeah, I have.
Hard transition. What the fuck? Yeah,
Hold on,
I'm
hold on.
watching anime.
I
Have you
heard-
been to Mexico?
No. This is related. I heard in Mexico that like there's like a huge fan base of Dragon Ball Z out there.
Yeah.
And there's like whenever they had like a new Dragon Ball like Z or Super episode, like the national or whatever, like they like it's like a holiday kind of where like everyone comes out to go watch the latest episode.
Okay,
On a Crunchyroll account.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everyone's in the crowd just sitting and they're watching the Dragon Ball Super episode together.
So it's kind of like a drive-in theater for like
But
anime.
like yeah,
for one single anime episode.
yeah, and like I guess they require it out there, like by like something national or something. I don't know.
I didn't know that. I do know that there is like a huge like Mexican fan base for Dragon Ball Z. Even here, like
Oh yeah, definitely
Like-
here, but like I didn't know it was super popping out there.
I didn't know it was
You
that
didn't know
poppin'.
that?
No,
Oh,
I
man.
I think Dragon Ball Z might be like the one universal anime that the universe watches.
No, I agree.
I actually have never watched Dragon Ball Z, but I've watched Death Note and I've watched.
Okay.
What's it called? Like I hear Dragon Ball Z, like in Mexico, goes across all generations. Like I think there's like someone I met where they told me their grandma like even watches it.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
She's like, my grandma watches Dragon
Like
Ball.
my grandma watched Dragon Ball Z
like,
with me.
like if you're our generation and like your grandparents kind of raised you and babysat you, like your grandparents will watch anything that you watched.
That's true.
So like my grandma would watch my TV shows with me and she had no idea what was going on because she spoke primarily Spanish. She only speaks Spanish, but she liked it. And like there's this one movie, The Little Vampire. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that. It's it's an old VHS movie and she loved it, but she had no idea what was happening.
But she loved it.
But she loved it. Like she knew the storyline without having to like know what they were talking about. Yeah.
Okay, well, shouts out
So
to your
like
grandma.
I think that's why like a lot of grandparents are interested in like what their grandkids like are interested in as far as shows, or they understand it or they know what it is because like they want to watch it with you.
Yeah. So the next time I see your grandma, I'm gonna be like, the little vampire?
Yeah. She actually will know. She'll know.
There's two things that she'll remember. She remembers me specifically, and
Yeah,
she'll remember the little vampire.
Yeah. No. Okay. This is gonna sound. This is gonna sound really like morbid. Okay. This is gonna sound really morbid. But my grandma has like. My grandma has. I'm sorry, this is not something to
My
laugh
grandma
about.
said. My grandma said. My grandma said.
Okay.
My grandma said. My grandma said. My grandma said.
Okay, my grandma has early onset Alzheimer's, and the only person that she remembers is Nico and not me.
She remember.
She remember, like at family parties, she'll see me, and sometimes, like she'll know who I am, but sometimes she doesn't. But when she sees Nico, she knows Nico.
That's crazy.
It's the funniest thing, bro.
And I'm
the
just
funniest.
like, dog. Like I remember the first time my grandma asked me, like, and this is not sad. It's totally fine. It's okay. Like she asked me, she's like, "Oh, like, are you my granddaughter?" One time she asked me, and I was like, "Yeah, I am." And like that broke my heart a little bit. But then like that weekend we had a family party, and she saw Nico, and she remembered who he was.
Crazy.
And I was like, "What the
crazy.
fuck?"
Crazy. Crazy.
I was like,
man.
"Yo," I was butthurt, low key. That's why I was just like, you know what? I'm not sad anymore.
Yeah, and Jackie's over here like, what did you do to my grandma? I was like, I just said, hola.
No.
She said, ¿Cómo estás? I said, living la vida loca.
He says that to my grandma. He actually says that to my grandma. When she says, ¿Cómo estás? He says, living la vida loca. And I'm just like, dude.
Yeah.
And she laughs about it every time.
That's crazy. He's like technically more closer than you, your grandma,
Wow. See, I didn't even word it that way.
because she knows who he is.
Yeah. And then like when we first started dating, she like wanted to take a picture with us so bad so she could send it to the cousins in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, she wants to take us to Mexico.
You know what's a very like old person thing to do, whether it be in Filipino or Mexican communities, is take a shit ton of photos and upload it to Facebook like immediately so you could share it with every single one of the family
Oh
members
my
you don't
God.
see in life.
Yes, absolutely. You know what's another like, you know what like all the oldies do at Mexican and Filipino parties? Is like all the grandmas, all the oldies, they all hang out in like one corner and they all talk shit about everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They just judge everyone at the party.
So it's so funny because Jackie's grandmas, one on her mom's side and dad's side, right? Like for some reason they're always sitting together and like I just think they're sisters, but they're actually not. But they're just always sitting together at the party. And then I think to myself, I wonder what the hell they're thinking with like
Oh, man.
this room of just hella alcoholics just drinking it up right now.
Like I swear the elders are like always judgmental.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. Like I think I remember when like I invited my ex to like my graduation dinner, and it was my dad's mom and my mom's mom, and like they didn't know there's was like their first time ever meeting like one of my girlfriends, and they're thinking is like, she Filipino? It was a Latina, right?
God. Yeah,
and like they're
yeah.
like, I got like a neutral reaction, just like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's like no conversation like sparked throughout the whole dinner.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mentioned that, that's actually a very interesting thing because it's weird. It didn't happen in my family, but I know for a lot of Filipino households, if you're not dating another Filipino, it's kind of a red flag in that
No,
sense.
and honestly, that's how it is in Mexican culture too. Like, if you're not like dating another Mexican, it's kind of weird. And like, I remember like growing up, like my family would make these like these, I don't know, remarks. Yeah, they would make these remarks about like, oh, if you bring this type of person home, like, you better not, type of thing. And I always thought it was just like a joke, but then as I got older, I'm like, no, they actually think this way. Like, what the hell? And it's like a huge like, what the hell? Like, no, I'm gonna date who I want. I'm gonna bring home who I want. And so like when I brought Nico around my family was all like, they're like, oh, what is he? And I was like, oh, he's Filipino. They're like, oh, so he's kind of like us. So I'm like,
he's basically Mexican.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, he's kind of Mexican. And then it was hella funny. It was like one of my uncles started saying like, oh, I know a Filipino. Oh yeah, I have friends who are Filipino. I'm like, okay, you guys can bond over something that's not Filipinos.
That is like the funniest shit. So I'm gonna call him out. Her Jackie Steele Joe, right? Shouts out to TJ. I really hope you're listening to this right now.
Oh my god.
But one of the first conversational pieces that he ever made with me when I first went to Jackie's family party was, yeah, man, so I really like Joe Coy.
Bro.
All right. What do you want me to say? Oh, yeah, you know, I really like Gabriel Iglesias, bro. I really love George Lopez, bro. Is that what you wanted me to say?
Because then I heard that, and I looked at him, and I was like, Joe. And then he's like, what? And I was like, what the fuck, man?
Oh my god.
God.
Oh, it was so bad. And then my uncle, another one of my uncles, he wouldn't tell Nico. Actually, I think he told Nico after. But like he would tell me here and there. He's all like, he goes, you know, yeah, I have a friend that like I work with. He's Filipino, and like, you know, we talk shit to each other all the time, blah blah blah, in Spanish, and like he teaches me words in Tagalog. And I'm there, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah. And
but it was also because Nico was like the first person I've dated that wasn't Mexican.
yeah.
So they didn't know how to like maneuver around it.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm very much more understanding about it. Like, I don't think it's like racist or anything. First of all, I think it's actually very freaking funny. That's
because then Nico makes his jokes too to my family.
But I mean, granted, I don't think I hit him with the "Did you want me to talk about George Lopez right now?"
No,
like,
you didn't.
But yeah, because I think at the end of the day, they're just trying to figure out like, okay, like where exactly can I relate with this guy?
Yeah.
On a cultural level.
Build a common ground.
Yeah. How can I build a common ground?
Yeah. But the Joe Coy thing was just too abrupt.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I'd approach that. Like,
I feel like you'd be like, okay. I feel like you just avoid the awkward situation. You just be like,
I was
okay.
like, oh,
that's cool.
that's cool.
I'll say so.
No, because it's like really gonna be like, I didn't watch his Netflix special because I don't have a Netflix account.
Oh my god.
I was saying, so Kizza, with your ex-girlfriend, right? So when the moment happened, was it just like awkward silence for the remainder of the party, or what do you remember?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Just awkward shit.
Yeah, like she was like, she spoke to me like, everyone's so quiet. It's like, yeah, it was unusually quiet.
It was unusually quiet.
Yeah, like I think.
Wow.
Wow, so you didn't even try to make her feel like, oh, that's a normal thing.
Or what you call it? Like I think like they're normally quiet, right? But it just felt weird, and like my mom and her would like also try to like chime in and like break the ice a bit and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think like the Filipino elders, they just so used to the stigmas, like you date your own race,
Yeah.
etc. Like all the other Filipino stigmas were like, oh, you join the Navy, you become a nurse.
Oh God.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. There's a quick story about my mom. I don't think my mom ever publicly vocalized this, nor, I mean, fuck it, I'm gonna just say it anyway. So she told me this story where I think in high school, she actually really liked this guy. I don't know his name, but he is a black guy. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to go to prom with him, but then my grandparents didn't allow it.
Jesus Christ.
So what my mom ended up doing was, well, first of all, I don't know in the bounds of which they didn't allow it. Maybe they just didn't want her to go out, right?
Right.
But what my mom ended up doing was, I think she ended up sneaking out that night and she ended up going to prom.
Oh, sick.
shout out to my mom.
That's what's up.
That's
Shout out to
respect.
my
That's what's
mom.
up.
Shout out Lolly Two Cubs.
Shout out to my mom for standing her ground. But
That's so crazy.
my grandparents have definitely evolved from that thinking.
Yeah.
I think it's just
Well, should I hope so, or else I'm gonna be at the next family party.
They definitely have. I think one of the funniest moments, and I hope when we get like my sister and Jason on this podcast, I want Sabrina to repeat this. But my grandpa actually did not realize that Jason, my sister's now fiance, is black. Or part black, right? He's black and Puerto Rican and also has some Caucasian in him.
Caucasian.
What? That's the right terminology.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Caucasian.
right. Yeah.
There's no Asian, but it's Caucasian.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so what ended up happening was that a black dude just shows up who ends up being Jason's dad. and then my grandpa's like, Nico, who is that guy?
Oh my god.
And I'm like, Grandpa, that's Jason's dad. And he's like, Jason's black?
Oh my god.
He said it out loud?
Yeah, he's like, Jason's black?
Oh my god.
Yes!
I would have been like, my face would have turned instantly red. I would have been like, are you joking right now? Like,
that was the
so what
funniest
did your grandpa think he was?
You know, I think my grandpa just thought he was maybe just Puerto Rican, maybe?
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, he's definitely evolved from like his former way of thinking.
Yeah.
I think but I still do think that it's still like shocking when you're, closer to your 80s, closer to your 90s. I think it's still very shocking to the elders when that's just not what they had growing up,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different now. It's always nerve-wracking meeting somebody's family or parents. It's fucking nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But
Definitely. I mean, I think it was kind of. You want to tell the story about how I met your parents?
no. No, I don't.
Why?
Because I don't want that publicized.
Just share it.
No.
It's a podcast.
That's fucking embarrassing.
Wow. What do you think, Kizza? Should we share the story?
Man, don't drag me into this
Oh
part.
my
Well, you're on the
God.
podcast.
This is your relationship.
No.
I'm just the third wheel right now.
Hey,
I'm
he
sick.
definitely
we're
is the
gonna
third
get
wheel.
back to we're gonna get back to Kizza being our third wheel because he's
Oh
the
my
greatest
God.
third wheel ever.
Kizza is the greatest third wheel.
But if you guys want to know how, oh fuck,
There we go. I think it's coming. It's coming.
So
We hearing
Kizza,
it.
get this. Okay, so Nico and I had known each other for like about 2 weeks.
3.
Three
We'll
weeks.
just say a month.
Well, okay, we'll just say a month, but it was a little under a month. And we go out to our friend's birthday party, Louis, actually.
You know what? Yeah, it was Louis Franco's birthday. So it was actually this is getting
This was
recorded.
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
So this podcast episode is getting recorded like on Louis Franco's birthday.
Yeah. So
And this exact moment happened exactly 2 years ago.
yeah, that's so crazy. I didn't think about
Wow.
that. But anyway,
That's
so,
crazy.
Yeah.
right?
That's
That's
crazy.
nice.
I did not think about that.
Shout out Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis, thanks a lot.
So what happened? Okay, go.
So we're at his birthday party at their like house, and I'm over there like having a good time. We're all drinking, blah blah blah. There's a point at where in the night where they're having me take shots out of the Hennessy bottle. I've never drank Hennessy before prior to that. So some point during the night, the last thing I remember was drinking out of the Hennessy bottle. And I blacked out.
Wow.
And I was still supposed to drive home.
Were you newly 21?
Yes.
Yeah, you were. Because your birthday would have been that previous November.
Yeah. So
okay.
I was there, and then and my car was back here at Nico's place. So I had to come back over here, drive home, and then that was it. Mm-hmm. But I was blacked out to the point where Nico and I actually fell asleep on his bathroom floor right here. Yeah. We fell asleep on his bathroom floor, and my parents didn't know Nico. Like, they hadn't met him yet, but they knew I was going out with this guy. And then my parents have my my location. So my dad starts panicking, and my parent, rightfully so, because I'm not answering my texts. I'm not answering my calls. It's like 1:30 in the morning, and I was supposed to be home by like, I think 1. And then all I feel is Nico like getting me up, and he's all
dragging her.
He's dragging me. And then he's like, your parents are here. And I was like, what?
Yeah, and I had never seen somebody who was just so dead just stand up right away. And I was like, so you did have the ability to stand up.
It's like something that has to trigger it.
Yeah. It was like she just went Super Saiyan 3. Like,
so I get up, I walk outside. I have no clue what is going on. My parents meet Nico that way. Like, yeah. I am drunk as shit coming out of this dude's apartment that they don't know.
And we just started dating.
Talk about first impressions, huh?
Yeah, man.
My parents were so pissed at me.
They were looking at me with like the death stare, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
But then later on, like, we all talked about it, and it was mainly, like, obviously it was on me. Like, it was my fault for, like, drinking too much. And then they told Nico, like, hey, like, we know that, you know, Jack overdrank, and we're not going to put this on you. But, like, next time, like, if you guys do want to go out drinking, like, don't overdo it.
Yeah, there's like, just be cool. This is like, we didn't want to meet you this way, but it is what it is.
And now my parents love Nico.
Yeah, I love them too. Shouts out to
they fucking love him.
You know, shouts out to hey guys.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay, so KZA, get this, right? This was like the one thing that
we can get his input on this.
Okay, so this is the one thing that like really threw me off when it comes to a Mexican household, because in Filipino households, and you know, even amongst our friends, right, we call our friends or our significant others' parents auntie and uncle, tita or tito, right? But when I meet Jackie's parents, they're like, hey, my name is Dave. Hey, my name is Vero. And I'm like, hey. So it's like, it threw me off because I'm so used to calling whoever's parents like auntie and uncle, but they don't do that in Mexican households.
That's weird. That's weird for me. That's weird.
So like, okay, so my question is like, okay, with like your past relationship, since she was Latina, was she Mexican?
Yeah, or Latina and Native American.
Oh, okay. So did she call like your mom Tita or like Mrs. or whatever?
No,
she's got that stress face right now.
When she first met my mom, it was funny because, like, you know, she knew my real name, but like she liked to call me KZA. So then when I introduced her to my mom, he's like, "Oh, KZA's mom." I'm just like, and then my mom's just like so confused, like,
who? Who the fuck is Kisa? Who's Kisa? You better kiss my ass, huh?
No, wait. So she said KZA's mom.
Yeah, not even like auntie or Thea or just
none of that.
KZA's mom.
God.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
that's awkward.
Yeah, that's just yeah. It's just like
Okay.
This is a weird impression.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely a weird impression. I would think it's a weird impression. Because at that point, even when I'm talking to like Jackie's parents, I turn to Jackie. I'm like, hey, like, so I'm going to just let you know, I'm going to call them auntie and uncle.
And my parents were like, at first they were just like, why does he call us that? I'm like, and I explained it to them. They're like, just tell him to call us by our name. And he's
Nah.
like, no, I can't do that.
I'm like, no.
Because like my sister-in-law will call them by their name.
Yeah. And I
And then
just think it's...
my sister-in-law calls like all my uncles and my aunts by their name. She doesn't call them like uncle so-and-so, uncle or tia so-and-so. And Nico calls everyone like, hey, uncle, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I can't do that.
I can't do
I
it
can't do
either.
that. Yeah.
It's just a respect thing, you know? I just feel like if you're addressing an adult by their first name, it's kind of just like, it's kind of a little too harsh.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, it just feels proper to call someone either uncle or auntie.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, so for example, like even if we were to relate it to our siblings, what's the word I'm looking for? Significant other, right? So
your brother-in-law or
my brother-in-law or sister-in-law, right? So my brother-in-law, Jason, he will like legit call my mom and dad.
Oh, yeah. See,
Right?
like,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
You can't?
No.
Why?
No, I
Well,
can't.
I mean, it's for obvious reasons because they have like 2 kids. They're engaged. I mean, but even prior to the engagement, it was 2 kids. But like, so for when Jackie's sister-in-law, Denise, when she just straight up calls Jackie's parents by their first name, it throws me off so much, man. So much.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do
can't.
that.
Yeah, I just call Nico's parents tita and tito.
Yeah, Jackie's definitely been Filipinoized.
You got the Filipino card for sure.
Yeah, thanks.
I just think it's funny because it's like we'd have my mom in like the Twitch chats and everyone's calling her like tita, tito, auntie. So it would be like so weird for you to just call her by her first name out of everybody in the chat.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
hey, you.
I even have her like as tita under her contact name.
Yeah. Even at one
It's
point,
really weird. I can't call your mom by her first name now.
yeah. Even at one point, Jackie was like, "So do I call her like Rowena?" I was like, "No. Like, what are you? Do you want to get slapped?"
I was hella overthinking when I was meeting his parents.
Oh my god, that shit was fun. But so KZA, this is probably the second time KZA's staying over at the Cribbo right now, aka the podcast room, aka the man cave, aka all the above. And KZA's been in a couple of arguments between me and Jackie at times.
No, it's not arguments. Is it Kizza?
It's pretty toxic.
Toxic.
You call
What?
it toxic?
I'm just playing. Maybe. I don't know.
Wow. KZA over here with the
Damn, say it with
theatrics,
your
bro.
Chest, Kizza. What the fuck?
So KZA's officially deemed me and Jackie's relationship as toxic.
But the good way.
The good.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
Explain
Okay.
that,
First of
dog.
all, how can someone be toxic in a good way?
Because you guys are good people.
What?
I'll just put it like that.
We're good. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are a good company. You guys are good company to be around.
Okay.
Thank you.
When there's the difference between good company and bad company. Bad company is they don't care about their surroundings and their environment. You know, that's
Okay.
that's
we'd like get into it like.
like
like-
they argue, they don't care who's around you, etc. And then there's like the company who's like, I don't mind this at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
And I don't mind you guys bantering.
Okay.
It's entertaining.
That being said, Kiz is a very perfect third wheel, I must say.
Yeah. he is.
So I think this raises the question: what makes a perfect third wheel?
It's a very loaded question. But I will say, just chime in whenever you can. Don't cock block. If if they want to engage with you, engage with them back. Give them some space too. But if they want to they don't want to forget you, then don't let them forget you. You're there for a reason, right?
would
yeah.
you say that like you should instigate if you're a third wheel?
That's toxic.
But like, what if you're like the good toxic like us? Would you instigate something?
It depends on what you guys want to be instigated or something. I don't know. Like,
I'm Oh, like, no, KZA, start an argument so I can fight it.
It depends on the topic. Like, there's like scenarios where like, you know, you guys want to like let's say like you guys are like having like a little banter and you want my opinion and I have to choose a side. One time, well, like at some point I'll pick one person. Some other point I'll pick another person.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
So you're basically picking sides the entire time.
But I give my 2 cents in it. Mine's like unbiased kind of. Like it'll be like it's still biased, you know, but essentially like I choose like what I feel like I wanted to choose.
Okay, so question, KZA. Amongst all the arguments that you've witnessed between me and Jackie, who has won the most? Wow. He doesn't know how to answer this, y'all. His face just says it all.
Me. I have a feeling it's gonna be me.
I think what's going on internally in his head is that like maybe Jackie has won more, but I'm staying at Nico's place right now and I can't get kicked out.
Or he wants to say you, and then he's gonna be like, but Jackie's gonna have the reaction like, what the fuck is up? That man is like,
I'm gonna say Nico.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say Nico.
Oh yeah.
Just because.
If you say he makes valid points, I'm gonna kick you down.
No. Like he makes some controversial points, but he also has been right for the most part for his arguments.
Ooh.
But I will say I also sided with you a lot too as well.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think that's a Gen
But
Z
I
thing.
have sided more with
Screw
Nico.
you. I heard you. Did you hear him? He's like, I think that's a Gen Z thing.
I'm just playing. Kiz is on 98, and then
No, I'm 99.
No, he's 99.
Oh, 99.
Yeah, I'm 99.
And I'm 98. Yeah. I'm older than KZA.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
By how many months? By a full year?
About a whole year.
About
a whole year
year?
and like a couple months.
It's so weird though, because like I always like I think that you're older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like you are mature enough to be older than me, but you're not, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like what you call it? When I met my ex, she didn't know my age, and she's like 26 now, and she thought I was the same age.
Yeah, I totally thought you were around like my age too. You know what the funniest thing though is that like, so me and Jackie are about 5 years apart in age, right?
Crazy,
and so sometimes I'll tell Jackie, I was like, yeah, you know, Kiz is kind of like, you know, like a little brother to me, right? Knowing that like you're literally just 1 year younger than her, and I think about it, I'm like, wait, oops. I'm like, huh. That's strange.
No, and it's funny because sometimes like he'll say like with people around like my age, like he'll say like, oh yeah, like they're such a kid, like blah 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 blah. And to start shit, I'll be like, so you think I'm a kid? And he'll be like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, no, but you said like they're a kid because of their age. She's like, no. And I was just like, no, but that's what you said.
Yeah, on the Portland trip, so this is what happened. So me and Jackie just got back from Portland, right? Mm-hmm. And so we had hopped on the plane, and my immediate first reaction is get the first 2 open seats, right?
Oh my God, yes. I already know where
we're like,
this
get the
fucking
first 2
going.
open ass seats. So the first 2 open seats for us were the ones at the emergency exit, right? Now, for people who have just not traveled on a plane, if you elect to sit at the emergency exit, you have to be at least 14 years old.
15
years old.
15 years old.
So you have to be at least 15 years old to sit at the emergency exit. So I'm walking down with Jackie. We're literally holding hands. And
keep in mind, I'm already annoyed at this point because I already have allergies. My ears are clogged from the first plane ride. And I just want to sit down and get shit over with.
yeah. And so this lady was like, oh, so, you know, there's kind of like an age restriction here. Like, how old are you?
She
To
tells
Jackie.
me. She tells me. And I looked at her and I was like, I'm 23.
And then there was some lady who was sitting across from us.
She starts laughing. And then I looked at the flight attendant. I was like, do you need to see my ID? And she goes, oh, no, it's just because someone on the last trip was trying to sit there and they were just underage. Sometimes you can't tell with the mask. And I was like,
Okay.
Yo, I'd be laughing with that lady too.
I was so mad. I was all like, are you dead? I I looked at Nico, like, I looked at her, and then I looked at Nico, like, did she really just
She
ask
just
me?
did. She just did.
When she just
Oh,
saw
man.
that you and I were holding hands, and she clearly didn't ask Nico.
Yeah, that's why I was like, so did you think I was like a pervert? Or like, what the fuck did you think? I clearly have a beard. My mask doesn't cover my entire face, fam. So you must have thought something of me immediately.
And then I thought about it. I was like, did I have makeup on? I was like, no, I didn't have makeup on. So she probably thought I was like fucking 12.
Like, she was probably tired. That was like their 6th hour flying from what they were saying.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt from that.
Like, because I know if you stay awake long enough, you start to hallucinate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the longest you've ever stayed up, KZA?
Not that long.
Because like, I need
damn.
my sleep.
God damn.
No, like during school, I prioritized sleep over studying for tests. I didn't care.
Oh, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good
I
for you.
prioritized some
Good for
sleep.
you.
Nice.
I think the longest I've ever stayed up was legitimately 24 hours.
I stayed up like, I want to say like over 36 hours.
Why?
Why?
Because I used to work for this like travel company, like fan-based like travel company for the Dodgers. And like they would like stadium chase the team.
Mm.
And we'd have like round trips, and I'd stay awake from like 5 a.m. to like, I don't know, like 8 p.m. the following day.
Man.
Not
Yeah.
the next day, but the following
Yeah, I
day.
get you. See, I stayed up for a stupid ass reason. It was Black Friday, and I was waiting for some damn shoes.
I'm sick.
I
I've
mean,
never been Black Friday shopping.
I have once, and then I just never did after.
See, okay, and this is kind of where the age thing is kind of going to matter right now, because when I was Black Friday shopping, I was about like 16, 17.
Yeah, I was at about that age when I went Black Friday.
No,
shopping.
but the thing is, I was 16, 17 in like 2009, 2010.
Oh, he's old.
So,
damn, it's like that.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ. So, my
You're gonna be
Jesus.
30 in a couple of years.
So, what I'm saying is that when Black Friday shopping was happening during those years, it was a lot easier to actually move around and do shit.
Wait,
You feel
you're
me?
16 and
Oh, she's doing all the math right now.
About age,
you were 16 and what?
2009.
I was 16
2009.
and I was 18 in 2011.
Damn, I was 9 years old.
I
in
was
2009.
11.
Oh God.
I was 11.
Oh goodness gracious.
Ew.
You know what's so funny is that I remind Jackie all the time that the year she graduated high school is the year that I finished college.
You know, my ex did the same thing too with these age comparisons. You know,
I
like
hate it. Don't you
like,
hate it?
I hate it too.
I hate it.
She's like,
I hate it.
It's like, oh, you were only like 16 when I was this old. And
You're like, who
just
gives a
like
fuck?
this is in the past.
You know what I feel like telling him sometimes? I feel like telling him like, well, you're still with me. Like you chose.
He's like,
to date me.
like this is in the past. This like what's this got to do with right now?
Yeah,
you know?
for real.
Oh my God.
I get hella like mad when he brings that shit up. He's like, "Oh, you were like this age, but when I was this age, I was like, okay, did you want to date me back then? Like, no.
He's like, I didn't know you like that back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so question. What is an acceptable age gap to date someone? Like, you can't go past 5 years, you can't go past 10 years, you can't go past like 15, 20.
See, I think it changes.
I think it changes too.
Yeah, I think it changes. Like when you're like, obviously, like when you're like 18, you're not gonna, cause you're not gonna date like a fucking 15-year-old.
Well, it's also illegal.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but there's people out there that will do that. So I think if you're like 18, you can like date up until like 20, and then no younger than 17.
Yeah.
That's my gap for that. But if you're like 25, I feel like you could date like up to 31, 32 maybe, and then no younger than 21. See, it all changes.
Yeah, because like what's it called? I think like if you're 20, people like in like 24, 25, they're not gonna like, it's like, what are you gonna do? Buy me a drink?
Yeah.
Like you can't
get
you
you.
can't do that when you're 20.
Yeah.
So
I feel that.
uh-huh.
I think I've had like a couple friends who are 21 who are, well, at the time, right? Who at the time are 21 and were dating like 18, 19-year-olds.
They're fucking creeps.
And I was like, I mean, I don't think they're creeps. I just think like,
as a female, I think, as a female, you think like they're a creep.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody under 20, at least?
Yeah.
If you're at least 21?
If you're at least 21, anyone under 20, you're just kind of like, no, you're a fucking creep.
Well, see, I'm just thinking about like, well, I could buy a drink. So what the fuck am I, or what are you going to do when I'm out?
Well, that's also the point too. It's like, why would you want to date someone who can't like go out with you to a bar or go out with you to like, you know, somewhere?
Yeah.
You get me?
I feel it. I've never been in that dilemma. I don't think. No, I don't think I've ever been in that dilemma. What?
I hope not.
No, well, I mean, what if it's like 21-20? It's the same. It's literally the exact same dilemma.
Yeah,
my
true.
only issue is like if you are trying to go out to a bar when you're 21 and the person that you're dating is 20, it's like, well, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna hang out at home?
Well, can we talk about the fact that like both you and I have experienced our 21, like our early 20s in a pandemic?
Ooh,
Oh yeah, definitely. When I turned 21, literally freaking every place was shut down. I was supposed to DJ a club that year, my first time.
Dang.
As soon as I turned 21, but I did it on Twitch instead.
Nice.
I feel like if you turned 21 during the pandemic, you like
We got robbed.
we got robbed.
We got robbed.
Yeah, you definitely got robbed of like your early 20s, at least the drinking experience of it and going out and like, cause like now I go to bars. I mean, I'm gonna be 24 this year, and I
Yeah.
started the pandemic at 21. And I'm gonna like, and I get like social anxiety ordering at bars. Like I'm just like,
I was like, I don't know what to order.
yeah, I don't know what to order.
I feel the same way because like when someone asks like, what kind of drink you want? Let me get what this person's having.
No,
Because I literally don't know the drinks.
I always go to Jameson and ginger ale. That's why I think.
Yeah, I go with that too. Like it's just like I don't know what to pick. Like I either get water or that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I just been introduced to new drinks recently, like Henny pineapple. I don't know, man.
Shoot, we just had the Casamigos last night.
Yeah, we did. We did. I don't know my drinks, bro.
He's kind of just like, whatever's put in front of me, I'm just going to end up drinking.
Yeah. But like, and like sometimes like I want to order like a specific drink, but then I'm like, is that too extra for a bar? Like, cause like we went on a friend's trip to Big Bear. One of our friends, like she ended up like showing us Crown Royal and
Apple juice.
lemonade.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
lemonade,
You're right.
and it was so good. It was really good. But like I want that when I go out. But then I'm at a bar. I'm like, do I ask for Crown Royal and lemonade? Like I don't know.
I mean, it kind of just depends if they actually have that alcohol there.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure that you can order that.
Yeah, so that's my social anxiety at bars.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to socialize at bars.
But I
Me
mean,
neither. It's not like I don't really go out like that.
okay, wait. What do you mean you don't know how to socialize at bars?
Like when we're out and we're at like an event, like you get this type of social anxiety that you just feel like you're gonna like look
like an idiot or
yeah, like
something.
an idiot. Like not like you're gonna look dumb if you don't know what you're talking about because you haven't had that experience of like
Yeah.
going out frequently and like, you know,
Yeah.
experiencing these different types of drinks or learning about these types of drinks, you know?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Because even prior to turning 21, like, yeah, I drank secretly behind my parents, like at high school parties.
Dang,
but
you.
Wow.
yeah, I know. I'll say it now.
Wow.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do now? And like but that would just be like at a backyard party.
She says she was 21 under 21.
Under 21, like
She was 21. She was 19.
This is all
And, like-
alleged, by the way.
And so it was like at a backyard party, like high school party, and that was the type of drinking I experienced. And then like around my family, I never drank because they didn't allow underage drinking. And so then I finally turned 21, and I'm just like, okay, cool,
Yeah. Peace.
yeah,
Peace.
like now what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think going out as much as I did when I first turned 21 was definitely a fun experience because, I mean, the things that you both didn't get to experience, right? Like going out with friends, trying to figure out like what drinks actually worked for you, trying to decide if you want to go like beers all night or lights or darks or whatever the case may be. So I never really thought about like not having that experience as a 21-year-old, as a newly 21-year-old in the pandemic because, yeah, I guess you lose a lot of like, I guess, social cues. For instance, like if a bar is like super packed, you kind of just have to wait in the line, but then you also have to like muscle your way just to get to the bar top. And then once you get to the bar top, you kind of have to just flag down the bartender, but not enough to where they get annoyed. Just enough to where they notice you.
No, and then like my other thing too, like is I don't like going to bars because I'm too short for bars. I like if I make
Can't
it,
relate.
if I if I make it to the bar top, like yeah, obviously I can see over the bar top, whatever. But like I'm too short to not get noticed, even by bartenders, whether they're male or female. Like yeah, girls will say like, oh yeah, like bartenders will just give me drinks because I'm a girl, blah blah blah. I was like, cool, that's great. I'm a girl too, but I don't get like, not that I want to get noticed, but it's just like they don't notice me when I want to order a drink because I'm fucking short.
Okay, so I have a question for both of you individually. And we'll start with Jackie first. Babe, what are the short person issues that you face today?
I can't reach the top of shelves, and I have to get on top of the counters in my home to open up the cabinets and reach cups. I can't see over the Target shoe shelves.
Damn.
Oh my God.
You know, yeah, like the Target shoe shelves, I can't see over that. And when I tell people like that I can't do that, they get weirded out. If people like kind of squat and go to my eye level, they're like, whoa, like what is going on?
That's hella funny.
Yeah, I can't like.
See, I was hoping you'd bring up the fact that at concerts you can't see.
Oh yeah, I
Concerts and
hate festivals. I hate festivals too. I have to be in the very, very front or all the way in the back. I can't be in the middle. And then like mosh pits, I hate mosh pits. Like whoever created mosh pits, they did not have short people in mind because we are gonna get trampled, and it's so scary because then I get claustrophobic very easily, and
my
it's
God.
very scarring.
And then you stand behind somebody like his height who just has. I mean, I don't know,
Built
man.
like a fucking like.
Built like a freaking Samoan. First of all, dude, tall. How tall are you, Kizza?
5'10".
Okay, so Kizza's 5. He's basically 6 foot.
He's
My dad was 6 foot.
He's
Okay.
like damn near a whole foot taller than me.
Damn near.
Yeah.
So Kizza, at your 5'10", 6 foot damn near height, what tall people issues do you face today?
Go, like that shower over there, I had to duck my head. Because if I don't duck my head, I hit my head, which it has happened here.
Yo,
He said it's happened.
I'm sick, bro.
Bruh. Do you find it harder to date because you're taller?
No,
Oh, damn.
All right.
no, not at all.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like I
Kizza,
feel
the
like,
Tinder swindler.
No, no.
I feel like I've heard stories where like people who are tall find it hard to date because.
I think that's for people who are like 6'5" plus.
Oh, okay.
Like like if you're like
Well, everyone's just super tall. to me.
if you're like basketball NBA material height, yeah, it's probably hard.
Okay, so now my next question is naturally, what is the perfect height that you prefer when you date somebody?
5'5",
Oh, you have an actual height.
Wow.
5'5" or more.
Wow.
Okay, why 5'5"?
It's the perfect height.
It's the perfect
As
height.
somebody who is 5'10", 5'5" is your perfect height.
Yeah, because if they wear heels, they're around the same height.
Ah, you didn't have to think about
You know
that.
what? I think that makes sense. So you're basically saying, you're kind of saying 5 inches shorter. Kind of, right?
Yeah.
So my perfect height when dating somebody, well, I mean, Jackie, obviously, right? But she's like the perfect height for me. I'm 5'7", Jackie's 5 foot. So
Okay.
5 to
Roughly.
7, roughly 5 to 7 inches shorter than me.
Uh-huh.
And my reasoning is so that I'm a very lazy person, and so when I hug Jackie, I keep my head on top of her head. And I'm like,
doesn't
cool.
put much effort in it.
So I get to rest my head for a bit.
That's hella dumb. That's so dumb.
That's my reasoning. That's
Yeah,
a great reasoning, right?
It's stupid ass reasoning, babe.
Well, yeah, babe, what about you?
Your height? Like
Anybody
I feel-
taller?
Anybody taller? Like I feel like there's like a certain point where like when you're a short girl, I feel like there's a certain point where you have to like cut your like dating height, because then it's just like too much if they're like way too tall. Like it's just too much work.
Yeah, I get it. I know a couple people who are around like maybe like 4'11", and then the dude's like 6 foot, and I'm
Or
just
like
like
6'2".
whoa.
I've
Yeah,
seen
like
that.
if you see like a 4'11" girl and a 6'2" guy, it's just like it's like okay, that's a little off.
That's a stretch.
It's a little off,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
not judging or anything. I'm kind of
It's
just
just
like,
like, this doesn't look right.
Yeah.
like it's just
somebody got to
like
lean more in the family photo.
Her arm is up here, and his arm's just stretched
Like one
down.
looks like little kid, one looks like a freaking father.
They're holding the hand by their finger like this. You know how kids hold their parents' finger by their finger? That's hella funny.
By the way, this is their opinion. I'm not even like, participating. First of all, shout out to you and your heights and whatever relationship you're in. If your height difference is tremendous,
I'm just saying. You know
I'm not
what?
part of that
You know what's
combo.
hella funny is I know when people are bullshitting on their height, because I'm 5 feet and like I know that for a fact. So when people say like, "Oh, I'm 5'2" and they're shorter than me," I'm just like, "Bitch, no, you're not."
okay. So, is it like a what's the word I'm looking for? Is it like a diss if somebody says you're fun sized, or do you like being called fun
I
sized?
fucking hate it. I've been called like so many names in my life because of my height, like nicknames, and like I've been called nicknames as like because of softball, like so it's like not meant to be in a malicious way, but then I've been called names to be in a malicious way.
Oh, okay.
So there's a difference. So it's like, oh, when someone says like, "Oh, you're fun size," it's like, oh, okay, like whatever, cool.
I get you.
But then, like, in softball, one team that I was on, my nickname was Shorty.
Oh,
And I was just, did I like it? No, but it was my nickname.
yeah.
And then there was, in high school, I was a freshman, and there was a girl who was a senior. We were both named Jackie. So they called me Little Jackie.
Oh,
And it stuck with me until senior year.
Damn.
So that's when it was just like, okay, I didn't like it. Like it's like, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like you kind of get used to it, but at the same time, you have to try and establish like, all right, not Little Jackie anymore.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, and I'll say this one, like we hang out with like Icy Ice and like all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't like it when people are like, "Oh, you're such a baby."
Dude, I freaking hate that. Oh, dude, I get that all the time. You don't understand. Oh,
Because it's triggered right now.
Hella triggered.
It's just it's because like you feel like it's like, bro, stop. Like it's just like you just feel like they're not taking you serious enough.
like, seriously.
That's you know what? That's what it is. That's
You
what
feel
it
like
is.
people are not taking you serious enough when they call you like, oh, little this, or oh, you're such a baby, or
Yeah.
like you're fun size, or you know, big things come in small packages.
Oh,
I
God.
fucking hate that. I hate when people
It's
say
almost belittling, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, belittling.
Yeah.
no pun intended.
yeah.
But yeah.
yeah.
Granted, you know, hanging out with like ICS, I know it's not like in a malicious way, so I don't really mind it. I'm just saying, like, just generally speaking, like,
Yeah, well-
I don't, you know,
Like, yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like no.
because I feel like kids have got a whole bunch of stories with that.
In terms of dating, yeah.
Really?
Like, or like at least like people I came across too. Like even like men, women, also like people like friends older than me too. Like when they like I don't be putting out my age out there like that, you know? So when like they discover my age, like, how old are you? I tell them, and then like, wow, you're such a baby.
Oh
I'm like,
God.
how old you think I was?
Treat me that way. Like you were treating me. Like what's the difference between how you were treating me thinking I was this age and then finding out my real age?
That's why I don't share my age unless like, you know, it was just like.
It's a topic of conversation. I feel that because like that's how I like started maneuvering once I started turning 20. Because then people would be like, oh, I thought you were like, when I was 20, people thought I was like 23 because of the way I carried myself. When I was like 21, 22, people started thinking I was like 24, 25 because of the way I carried myself.
I feel like it's also who you are around the most, like who you associate with.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like most of my friends are like older than me and whatnot now. And like in terms of like my old friend group in like high school, we're all the same age, of course.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think, you know, like, even just being on chat with like you, Jules, like everybody, right? I'm just like, you know what? I feel like we're all just like freaking 28, 29.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter.
No, not really, because like you guys are all bonding over Pokemon at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Y'all are like you and Lonnie are literally like
We're damn near
8 years apart?
No, we're 8 years apart.
Like you guys are 8 years apart, but like
we both think like 5-year-olds.
Yeah, when it comes to Pokemon, like it's fucking crazy.
I will say this though. A very cringy ass thing that I see on people's social media profiles is them putting their age in their bio.
Oh my god!
Like, why do you need to put your age in your freaking bio, bro?
You know, oh man, let me get started on that. Hold on, when people be putting their heights on their bio, dude, the most craziest one I've seen was someone putting their waist size on their bio.
No.
Yes.
And they weren't like a bodybuilder or anything.
Yes, they just have their waist size. Like, bro, why do you have your weight? You have your waist size. You have your height, your age. Was someone trying to recruit you or something?
No, you know what I hate is when guys still have their high school highlight link and they're like 25 years old.
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
like, bro, high school was like 6 years ago. Get over it, dog. Like,
Oh my god, yeah,
That
that
shit's
shit's funny.
wild.
It kind of reminds me. I talked to Tui about this in real life. This wasn't a recorded session, but I talked to Tui about this. And another super cringy thing that I see on people's bios is like 122K on TikTok.
I freaking knew where this is going.
9 million on TikTok. And I'm just like, so do I mean, I just hit 40K today, so congrats to me, but do I put 40K on my shit?
I don't know. You could put 401k.
I got a 401k.
I'm just like, bro, like, why? Does it matter?
You know what's funny is that I think he told you that, and then you were all like, "I was planning to do that."
No. He said he told me, he's like, "KZA, please don't do this." He's like, "I'm not gonna do this."
Oh, okay.
But you were like, it was like red flag if you have like Twitch affiliate in your bio, and I had it on my bio.
I'm not gonna lie, I had Twitch affiliate in my bio.
I'm sick.
Oh god.
My God.
But you know why I think people started to put, and this is still kind of on topic, right? You want to know why I think people started to put Twitch affiliate in their bio?
Why?
Is because Twitch partners did it. Twitch partners put Twitch partner in their bio. But coming from a partner perspective, it literally says in the agreement you should put Twitch partner in like the biography of your social media platform. So that's when I'm like, oh, so this is why all these motherfuckers do it. So it just didn't. So even more so, it didn't make sense.
It's not just a stunt on people.
It's not just a stunt like, I make money on Twitch.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no. But that's why. So I think like there was kind of like that. That's why people started to put like, Twitch affiliate on their bio, you know? So I can't knock people for doing that really. It's just kind of funny how like, once you get on like that side, you're kind of like, so this is why they do it. It's a requirement. That's why.
I get you. But some people don't.
Yeah, some people don't.
Some people don't. I mean,
they didn't read the agreement.
But shit, I read the agreement. I'm like, I don't want this badge off at all.
For real.
Oh my god, that was funny as shit. There was something I did want to bring up.
I wanted to bring up the fact that KZA does not have a Netflix account.
Damn, this is like not even totally Mexipino related at all.
No, we're just talking shit.
We just talk shit here.
Like, I mean, I used to, but it's just like I
So what, like, I know you said you have like HBO Max.
I
but
also
like,
have Disney Plus.
So what do you watch on Disney Plus?
I subscribe to Disney Plus mostly for the Marvel stuff, of course.
Oh, okay.
He watches the one Filipino Disney movie that they ever made for us.
That short film.
And I don't even know what it's called. I don't know what it's called.
I think it's called Bow or something.
No, that's
Or no, it's called Float. It's called Float.
It's called Float. Yeah, Bao is the one with the
That's
the
Chinese one, I believe.
the Chinese dumpling.
I got it mixed up. Yeah.
Do you not know your own culture, kids?
Hey. Filipinos and Chinese could also be blended together. They call them Chinoys.
What?
Wait, what?
Chinese and
I
Filipinos.
thought you said chamoy. I'm sorry.
No. So I learned this in high school. Where there's a blended Filipinos of Chinese Filipinos. They call them Chinoys.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
So, an example of that would be Jules.
Oh yeah. She'd technically be a Chinoy.
Chinoy.
I'm sorry. I just keep
Not
thinking-
chamoy.
I just keep
Not
thinking
chamoy. Chinoy.
Chinoy.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Man, shouts out to the Chinoy podcast out there somewhere. You
Yeah,
feel me?
Chinoy
Probably.
podcasts.
Jules about to hold it down by herself for an hour.
For
every
real,
week.
if you watching this, Jules?
Start the
The Chinoy podcast. There's a community for that, Jules. I promise you.
in San Diego, because that's what KZA said. He's like, in San Diego.
Oh God.
But no, seriously, like,
Oh, man.
who doesn't have a Netflix?
I mean, I had it one.
Okay.
Like, do you
It's just like save money. Like I could just watch a bootleg version. Like,
Damn.
you'd rather watch a bootleg version?
So you steal money from Disney.
excuse me. I subscribe to Disney Plus.
No, he subscribed to Disney Plus. He doesn't subscribe to Netflix.
Like I could subscribe to Netflix if I want to. It's just that like I'm not on Netflix like that.
Can I just point out that he also has HBO Max and hasn't watched Euphoria?
It just don't interest me, you know? Like
Wow. You're saying Dominic Fike, a Filipino man from like Florida, does not interest you on HBO Max, KZA.
Talk about representation.
Wow.
Okay, I don't even know.
Wow.
I didn't even know there's Filipino representation in Euphoria. To be fair, however, that's very cool that they have Filipino representation.
Yeah,
It's just that like I never got into the show, so like.
With you, bro. I'm fucking with you.
KZA is trying
It's like
so
if I want to
hard
watch a
say-
show, I'll watch it. All right,
Yeah.
like Squid Game. You know, like,
Squid Game was on Netflix. You didn't even see it.
I did watch Netflix. I did watch it on Netflix, but like it was in my account. It was like on my uncle's account, and I was like, I would go to work out, and then I just work out and watch Squid Game. Yeah, like I watch Squid
Hala
Game.
making DJ remixes of Squid Game, hasn't even seen it.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
What are you
I'm
talking? I've
kidding.
seen it.
I'm kidding.
You know, I would be so upset if KZA, for some reason, did like a TikTok or something of like the Euphoria track list, and I'd be like, "You didn't even fucking watch Euphoria, bro."
No, I've been seeing TikTok DJs to be doing that. I'm like, I don't know what songs these are.
Yeah,
They sound
I was
cool.
like, I mean, they could do it, but I have no idea what the hell they're playing.
Fuck that, man. I will say this though. Spoiler alert. Shouts out to Dominic Fike for singing his ass off for like 10 minutes in that Euphoria
Oh my god.
last episode.
Literally, if you guys watched Euphoria.
Sorry.
Well, that wasn't my point. I mean, I was shouting him out, but my point is, and actually back to KZA's point, it's like very cool to see like Filipino representation in big ass shows like that. You know,
because you don't see that. You don't see that often. You don't see
Yeah.
that every day, and like like to see a Filipino win, that's what everyone wants to see.
yeah. Well, that's
like,
what the Filipinos also want.
because that doesn't happen often for us.
Yeah.
It's been happening a lot more recently.
Yeah,
It really
which
has.
is great to see. But we want more of that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, going back to the information that I should have spread earlier on the podcast, Encanto, A Magical World, is actually the... Oh, actually,
It's
Filipino-American artist Mikey Sevilla is grateful to be chosen as one of the character animators of the new Disney animated film, Encanto, A Magical World. So, there is actually a Filipino working on the Disney film.
Ironically, the Encanto was, I think it was based out of Colombia. I think it's based
Yes, Colombia.
Right?
Colombia.
I will say this, and this is going to be a very, very hot topic. If you did not see Encanto, which I don't think you guys have seen Encanto, have you?
No.
No, but okay.
See, no.
No.
Okay.
I heard a lot about it.
I have a very controversial opinion that Coco is better than Encanto, and people will fight me on that, and they're just like, no, Encanto's better, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, it's not. Coco is better. You know it, and I know it. Everyone knows it. Coco is better than Encanto. And if you think otherwise, you need to rewatch it.
Okay, wait. I've only watched Coco, right? So what makes Coco better than Encanto?
I just think like it's more, I think like Encanto was more of like a musical to me rather than actual, there was still a storyline, and I appreciate the storyline. I get it.
Okay.
But I feel like it was more like musical and magical, like, you know, like magical powers than like, you know, an actual meaning behind a tradition. Because Coco's storyline, I don't know if you watched
Dia
Coco.
de los Muertos.
I know a bit of it because like I remember there's like a video I saw and it's like very similar to the Back to the Future storyline in a way. Not really time travel related.
Kind of.
But like,
kind of. I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
So like Coco is based off of a tradition of Dia de los Muertos, and everyone can relate to that. Everyone, no matter if you're Mexican, if you're like Latino or not, like you know about Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Filipinos know about it.
Yeah. So, but Encanto, it was more of like this family was blessed with magical powers, because of the grandma. Like she escaped like a war, and so did the grandpa. And so, you know, like this magic candle gave him a house, and the house is magical. And it's about like, you know, it's about how family can be toxic at times because there's one person in the family that did not get powers when they were a kid. And so she grows up being the only person that doesn't have powers. Like these magical powers.
Okay.
And so then she's like, it's about going like, you know, how toxic how family can be. And don't get me wrong, Latino families can be very, very toxic. And it just goes on to like show like how generational toxicity keeps on going if somebody doesn't break it. And she's the one that ends up breaking it. And her power all along was to actually save the family at the very end. But it was more of like, there was songs in between and everything. And don't get me wrong, there was songs in Coco too. But it was more of like, it just felt more like a musical and fiction based with a storyline rather than Coco being part of like a tradition.
I get you. Okay.
And like honoring that tradition.
Okay, so I think first I would actually have to watch Encanto because I get what you're saying, but I would still have to I still want to watch it just to like get the full scope of what you're saying. But I think from what you're saying is that Disney with Coco was making a, you know, for the most part, like a fictional storyline with Dia de los Muertos, but also celebrating the fact that this is something that is celebrated in Mexican culture. Whereas for Encanto, I guess you're saying it kind of just feels like just a bland storyline that didn't necessarily have to do with the culture specifically.
Yeah, it was culture based in the sense of like there's generational toxicity and you have to break those cycles.
Okay.
There was that storyline, but then it was like too much like song and too much like fiction like based stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it before I
think you guys have to
before I
watch
put
it.
my real 2 cents in that.
I'll give it a watch too.
Yeah, I'd give it a watch. See, me and KZA can't even name any Filipino movies. We got Hook.
The debut.
We got the debut.
I'm sick. Shout out to Icy Eyes.
Shouts out to Icy Eyes being in the debut, man. Shit.
That's hella funny.
Shouts out to KZ
Tandingan.
Shouts out to KZ Tandingan for being the first Filipino to make a song in Tagalog for Disney.
That was for Ray of the Last Dragon, no?
Yes. Shouts out to her.
I need to watch that movie. I think that one's good.
I heard it was good too. I haven't watched it either.
Yeah, see, I haven't watched it either. But I heard it's good.
We have a lot of movies to put on our list.
Yeah, it's kind of funny where I think just when we're growing up, we're like so on demand with watching all this content, but then as time goes on, you kind of just like, I'll get to it when I can.
Yeah, I mean, but then there's times where you just need to like step back and actually relax.
Yeah, that's true. What is your favorite Disney movie of all time?
Ooh. That's rough. You have to give me a second to think about that.
No worries.
Cause like as a little girl growing up, like I loved watching like Beauty and the Beast, but I wouldn't say that's my favorite Disney movie. Fuck.
See, I think I would say, and by the way, the women on Tinder Swindler, her favorite movie is Beauty and the Beast, and you see how that happened.
Yeah, but like she based her love life. She based her love life off of a fictional movie.
Yeah, that's true. I'd say my favorite Disney movie of all time, Tarzan. Tarzan had just great songs, great storyline.
Are we going with just Disney or Disney and Pixar?
Yeah, are we going with
let's
Disney
go.
and
Let's
Pixar?
go Disney Pixar.
Okay.
Let's go Disney Pixar.
Okay.
Like
I just made it harder for myself.
Yeah, like my niece, for example, Bria, I already know her favorite movie of all time is Moana. She could watch Moana forever and ever and ever, and she's only 2.
At the amount of times that I watched Moana when I went on a trip with your family to Vegas, I watched Moana like 6 times in one weekend.
Gee whiz.
And I was there singing the Moana, make way, Moana.
She loves Moana.
The music in Moana is very catchy.
It is. I will say that.
Yeah,
Let's see.
True.
Disney and Pixar movies.
Yeah, kids, you don't have a favorite Disney movie?
See, I was thinking Moana right off the bat, but like in my opinion, like I love the movie, but it's like probably not my favorite. I really like Cars also.
Cars is fire.
I really like Cars. But like I think what stood out to me the most is probably maybe Frozen.
Really?
Frozen.
I like
wow.
Frozen.
You like Frozen?
I would have never
I
guessed
like Frozen. Frozen. The music I like. Like you cannot forget all the songs and music or from Frozen, especially that one song like "Let It Go." Yeah, that one.
Wow.
Yeah,
I did not
like
pay
Frozen.
you for a Frozen guy.
Yeah,
Me
bro.
neither.
I wouldn't either.
Frozen. I liked Frozen, but like,
Is it bad to think that I thought he would have picked a Disney Pixar movie with a male main character?
what? What's that supposed to mean?
No, that's why I said, like, is it bad that that's how I thought?
Like, I mean, like, I like Cars. I like Toy Story. But I really liked Frozen.
I'm like looking at all the Disney and Pixar movies, and every single one, I'm like, that's a good one. Like Monsters Inc. I love Monsters Inc.
I think second for me is like probably Ratatouille.
I just passed Ratatouille right now.
Yeah.
Wow,
I like Ratatouille.
Up. I like Up.
Up is fire.
Up is great too.
Have you seen Inside Out?
I have.
I love Inside Out.
I'm not gonna lie. Inside Out was one of those movies where I just kind of refused to watch it because it seemed like whatever. And then when I actually watched it, I said, "Yo, this is fire."
It's like it was really good. It was really good.
I made him watch it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know which movie I never watched? Brave.
Brave. Oh, Brave
Brave
is
is
pretty
cool.
good. Brave is pretty good.
It's not like crazy.
It's not
but
like
cool.
super amazing, but
it's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Shout out to the Bears.
Incredibles. The Incredibles.
Incredibles is cool.
I like The
Incredibles 2 is wild.
Yeah. It was.
No,
Yeah.
not
The
Incredibles
sequel was all right for
Yeah.
me, but
Toy Story 4 was not necessary.
I
Let
agree.
me just say that.
I think Cars 3 wasn't necessary either.
I have only watched Cars. I didn't watch Cars 2.
Cars 2 is like the dynamic is like totally different from the first one because it just turned into like a whole spy movie flick
Oh, really?
For the
Yeah.
Cars.
for the Cars. Yeah.
That's
So what was
Yeah.
Cars 3 about?
Cars 3, they totally like abandoned the whole spy flick, whatever, and went back to traditional racing. But Lightning McQueen is getting old and he's like, he didn't want to retire. And then he just, there's just someone he passed his legacy to in a way. So
That seems like a very like just intricate storyline that did not need to be.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Made.
I'm all right.
yeah,
Wall-E.
is
Wall-E, yeah.
Wall-E.
Wall-E is good.
Wall-E's
Wall-E's
a
good.
really good one. I think Inside Out might be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Any Disney movie, I pretty much cry.
I mean, you cry over everything.
Have you guys seen Frozen 2?
Yeah,
Yes.
Frozen 2 was good. Frozen 2 was good.
Yes,
I liked Frozen 2. It wasn't as good as 1. But
Yeah.
there's just like movies where I just feel like you don't have to make a scene. Like just leave
Like
it
Frozen.
as is.
Frozen could have just been left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could have been left alone.
Toy Story could have just been on 3.
Yeah.
I think it should have ended on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely
that's
should have ended on 3 because then that's when Andy gave up his toys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
should have
then
ended there.
like I don't know. I guess there's like some people liked, the new humans, Bonnie or whatever, and the new toys that they introduced.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know none of their names. If it's not Woody
Bonnie
or
was
Buzz
a little
Lightyear.
girl.
Yeah, Bonnie's the little girl
The
that
little
inherited all of Andy's toys.
Yeah, see. Fuck Bonnie.
Oh my god.
She's only like
All I gotta say was I was pissed that Woody made all his friends go through all that trouble to try and rescue him, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay here.
yeah.
I was like, dog.
with Bo Peep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, dog. You could have just said, guys, I'm gonna go.
Instead,
You guys go back home.
Instead, you let all your friends go through so much drama over a 24-hour span, and then you decide, oh, hey, I'm just going to stay here, guys.
Also, Sporky, is that what's his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sporky.
He's the most fucking annoying.
Screw Forky.
Forky? Sporky or Sporky?
Sporky.
Sporky.
But, no,
Forky?
the best character out of that entire Toy Story 4 is Kaboom. What's the name? Boom Kaboom.
The guy with the motorcycle?
Kaboom.
Duke
Duke
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
Oh man.
Why?
Duke Kaboom. You can fly around on his motorcycle.
I thought you were talking about the general, like, Toy Story franchise.
No, I know. Toy Story 4. Duke Kaboom.
Duke Kaboom.
He's the best
Yeah.
one from Toy Story 4. He's all we needed. He's the only addition that we absolutely needed.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's about it. So KZA, now that you're here with 1 hour and 20 minutes worth of the podcast, what do you think of Mexipino?
It was fun.
It was fun.
Okay, I'll take that. It was fun. It was fun.
It was fun.
You like hella took a long ass pause.
What do you wanna share with all the fans?
Don't be a bad toxic. Be a good toxic.
I still don't know what that means.
I really don't know what that means either. Someone explain it in the comments what a good toxic and a bad toxic is.
Yeah, for real.
Because
Did-
I don't get it.
Did we have a topic maybe in the Instagram post?
I don't know.
Didn't someone have a question? I don't know. Maybe we'll just save that for next time, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tired. It's just been a full ass day of just content creation nonstopness.
Non-stopness.
That being said, thank you all so much for joining us today on the Mexipino podcast. KZA, where can everybody find you, bro?
At DJ KZA on all platforms. That's DJ KZA.
There we go, man. My name is Nico Blitz.
I'm Jackie Ramirez.
This is the Mexipino podcast. Oh, shit. My bad. Go ahead,
I'm
KZA.
DJ KZA.
This is the Mexipino podcast, and we're out, everybody. Bye.
Bye.